So here's my story of why I support Donald Trump. Part of it's a little bit about my personal life. A lot of it has more to do with my patriotism for this country. My father served 2 tours in Vietnam. He was an Army engineer, and he'd always tell me these great war stories about things that happened and took place. And he was 100% disabled. He was blown up by a tank mine, and I always would ask him, like, you know, if you had the choice, knowing what would happen in the past, would you go to Vietnam again? And his answer was always the same. He was just like, of course I would, because I want to serve my country. He loved his country, and that instilled into me and made me like completely patriotic and understanding what is so wonderful about this country, about freedom and liberty and whatnot. And so he would always show me videos and whatnot, and books and articles and magazines about Ronald Reagan. He used to be a Democrat, and he converted. He was one of the Reagan Democrats. And so we would just sit there and watch like his debates and the political, we'd follow the political campaign. So I was on fire. I loved like this to be a part of something so like wonderful. And so when I turned 18, it was Reagan already left office and whatnot, and I did vote for George Bush Sr., and I was really dissatisfied. And pretty much I've been dissatisfied ever since. I've never voted for anyone that I had full like compassion and belief for, like I did with Reagan. And so when it came time to like this campaign or whatnot, Donald Trump came out, and to be honest, I was a little like put back. I was seriously put back with his initial statements and whatnot. But the more I listened to him, the more I understood what his message was, and how it resonated with me, and what I grew up, understanding and really falling in love with. So I started watching him a little bit more, and I started understanding that his love for this country was the same love that I had for this country, and that I too was like floored by this like new movement of political correctness and globalism that these politicians just know better than us, and we're just going to have to live with it. And I didn't buy that. And so when Donald Trump started making these speeches and a couple of the debates, I just started really becoming on fire for him. It was just it's weird. It's like I got chills, because it makes me like just feel like I'm fighting for something I truly believe in, that there's hope for this country, for the world, for that matter. And I have been blessed, blessed with finances and whatnot, but I see others that aren't, and it discourages me. I'm part of a church that is mostly lower to lower middle class, and I relate to them perfectly, and it just like just resonates again, that how Donald Trump is a billionaire, but yet he connects with the common people, the common people that care about our country, that want just to work, just to be doing their thing, raising their family, without the influence of our government to hold us back. See, because to me, true liberty and true freedom is the less control of government. That the more the government is involved, the more our liberties and our freedom are like constricted. And I just don't like that. I don't like that at all. And I believe that Donald Trump will work for us. What I also do believe is, there's a lot of this mumbo jumbo where they're talking about, oh, Donald Trump can't do this, Donald Trump can't do that. It's not Donald Trump, and I don't understand why people don't get it. It's not him. I mean, he's the vice, he's the vessel, but the reality is that it's the American people finally have our microphone. We finally have the voice that we can tell legislation, we could tell Congress, we could tell, everyone throughout the world that what you are doing does not help us. What you are doing doesn't work. And it's time for us to understand and listen to the people. And I believe that Donald Trump does that. And that's why I support Donald Trump.